that's what allows you to catch the wave, to ride this AI wave. So let's talk about a couple examples. First, let's talk about positioning and timing. So the technologies that enabled ride sharing were primarily three things. We had improvements in GPS. We had mobile phones that were capable of tracking human beings, and then you had far more adoption in mobile phones. And we had ratings and recommender systems. We finally built a trust economy where you feel comfortable getting into a stranger's car because you knew who they were. There was some element of tracking them. Right? So now you have this technology, but there's a window in which you can build this technology and ride that wave. So in 2007 and 2008, it was too early. There were a couple entrants in the ride-sharing market, they failed. From 2009 to 2012, this was the sweet spot. If you were gonna build a ride-sharing company, this is when you needed to do it. Because the technology got robust enough and you needed to be at the right place at the right time. If you waited to 2013, 2014, it was too late. You had all sorts of companies entering and they failed, or they basically didn't have the outcome they wanted. So with the AI wave, remember the ingredients of this wave are four things: hardware, software, data, and people. That's what's created the wave. What you're waiting on is for the models to become accurate, cheap, and fast enough that they can transform the work that you do. And the chief among these is accuracy. Whenever you build a data science model, you create a 2x2 matrix and you say, listen, what was the predicted outcome? What was the actual outcome? You try to get into these boxes: true positive, true negative. Here's where a false positive or a false negative exists. So there's always mistakes. Humans make mistakes, algorithms make mistakes. And the question is, when can we adopt AI? The answer is when it reaches a certain threshold level of accuracy. So for autonomous driving, humans are, say, here. We're good at driving, but we make mistakes. The question is, how long do we have to wait? These models get better and better and better. What's the point at which we're comfortable turning the wheel over to a machine? We're getting to that point now, right? Autonomous driving is finally starting to make its way into cars, and people are taking their hands off the wheel. So in all of your businesses, as you're thinking about, hey, when is that, how do I position myself? When is the timing right? Think about what level of margin for error do you allow for these algorithms? How do you know when the algorithm is good enough that we can start to hand over some of the control? So that's what I mean by positioning and timing. Let's talk about capabilities and building momentum. So let's talk about streaming. Streaming was enabled by 4 different technologies that got robust around the same time.